Well, now we have uncovered documents that point to the possibility that Michael Jackson had drug problems going back years. And our Randy Kay is in Los Angeles for us tonight with that, along with former CNN anchor Jim Moret, now chief correspondent for Inside Edition, as well as Dr. Jorge Rodriguez, who's a board-certified internist, joining us as well to help give us some clarity on all this. Jim, let me start with you. You heard Joe Jackson there alleging foul play. We've had the LAPD saying basically they're not ruling out homicide. What do we really know?
Well, I think that what the LAPD chief said was they're waiting for the coroner's report to corroborate the cause of death. That implies they have a strong suspicion about what that is. And that suspicion, of course, all along has been drugs. Now, saying foul play is not inconsistent with what the LA police chief is saying. They're clearly looking at the abuse of prescription drugs. It doesn't mean murder, but perhaps negligent homicide, manslaughter. If doctors were overprescribing, if they were using aliases, if they were giving huge amounts of drugs and enabling him, then you could have a crime here.
Randy, in the last 24 hours, you have uncovered some new information about Jackson's history with drugs. Walk us through what you found.
Well, Campbell, we actually got this confidential document. It is from the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Department. It's from 2004, and it's a police document. And inside, it has two confidential interviews with former security guards of Michael Jackson's, two of those guards. And they told investigators, one of them actually told investigators that he was taking 10+ Xanax pills a night. That is a direct quote. He said that when he expressed concern to other employees of Jackson's, he was told, quote, Jackson is better. He is now down from 30 to 40 Xanax pills a night. Also, the security guards said that Michael Jackson was getting prescriptions in, quote, fictitious names. They said that at least 5 different employees were getting prescriptions for Michael Jackson. One of the security guards said he was getting prescriptions in his own name for Michael Jackson. And one guard also said that Jackson was traveling around the country getting prescriptions from doctors. He said he told investigators that he had driven Jackson around to doctors in California, in Florida, in New York, and that he would take him to the offices and help him get prescription drugs. And not all of them, of course, were in his own name. And Campbell, this really suggests doctor shopping.
Yeah, absolutely. Dr. Rodriguez, though, I find this impossible to believe. How does a person take 10 Xanax, or if what this employee was alleging is true, even more than that, 10 Xanax a night, 30 Xanax a night, and survive?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't find it impossible to believe, because people that are addicted to medication, first of all, 10 Xanax a night is an inordinate amount of medication. Any doctor that prescribes that is committing malpractice. You basically give someone a prescription for 300 Xanax for a month. So there is either malpractice or illegality, but once you start taking that amount of medication, you know, you never get the same sedation. So you end up having to take more and take more. So it wouldn't surprise me that someone addicted to Xanax would eventually end up taking 30 to 40
Really?
Xanax a day.
That many?
Absolutely.
I mean, you would develop that level of tolerance?
Absolutely, Campbell. Unfortunately, in practice, as we see people now coming in addicted with OxyContin or Vicodin, that are taking amounts that are enough to kill someone that doesn't take that, like you or me, perhaps.
Wow.
But someone that is addicted, it's amazingly disturbing.
Randy, you also heard or have information from these Jackson employees where they talked more generally about the condition he was in. Describe what they told investigators.
Yeah, they were telling investigators how he looked, I guess, when he went into the doctor's office, and then how he looked when he came out of the doctor's office. And this is how one of the former security guards described Jackson. He said before he went into the doctor's office, he looked, quote, sharp and in tune. And when he came out of the doctor's office, these are the words he used. He said he looked, quote, sedated and out of it. That's how he described him. Also, one of the guards said that finally, after a while and after years of working for Jackson, he finally said he just had had enough. And this was after he told investigators that Jackson had, quote, fallen on his face in a hotel room and hurt himself. And that's when he told investigators that he told Michael Jackson, I can't continue to get prescriptions for you. And Campbell, we also talked to a friend of his and a former business partner, one of the guys who really tried to help him jumpstart his career and bring him to Las Vegas back in 2006. And he described him to us as being, quote, emaciated, weak, incoherent. He even told us that Michael Jackson at the time was getting around Las Vegas very often in a wheelchair because he just couldn't walk around in public.
All right, guys, stand by because we have a lot more to talk about on this subject coming up.